Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have two interesting topics for today's show, in which the first one is why major companies just laid off tons of people, and the second one is why some New York City agencies still have vacant positions. So let's get right into the first one. Um, I'm sure many of you have heard that there's been some major companies, especially some tech companies, that just laid off a ton of people, right? And the reason why this happened was, first of all, during the pandemic, a lot of companies got those PPP loans, and and some of those companies were like big major tech companies and stuff like that. And the money ran out now, that extra money. So basically, what the these companies did was cut the fat and said, we don't need these extra people any longer. And they are going back to pre pandemic levels. Okay. That's what these companies want to do. And to go back to before all this COVID stuff happened. And, you know, and I understand that in a way, going back to how things were before COVID, you know, in a way that's a good thing, right? But here's the other thing. These companies made like a gazillion dollars, right? So these companies can't say, well, we can't afford to have these other people. These companies, especially like these big tech companies, they made their gazillion dollars. They can afford. They can afford to keep uh more people. But in the business sense, the companies are thinking we can save money now because we're going back to pre-pandemic levels. Let's cut the fat. Let's get rid of these extra workers. We made our gazillion dollars, um, and um, we'll just get rid of these extra people that we no longer feel like that we need. And so that's what they did. They saved their money. Now they made gazillion amounts of dollars. So, um, but that's what these big companies do. They make their gazillion dollars, and then when the time is right, they lay off the extra people that they feel that they don't need, and then they save money. So, that's the way it's been for decades. But th- these companies can't say, well, we can't afford them. Baloney. You can afford them. You just wanted to be all about money. That's really it. So, um, but now I'm hoping that these people who got laid off, I hope that they can uh, find other jobs in other uh, companies that are making like these chips and stuff for like appliances and vehicles and so on and so forth. So I hope that they can still find work doing technology. Um, but um, but that's the truth of it all, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get into the second one, to the second topic of today's show. Why some New York City agencies still have vacant positions. Okay. Um, I'll give you an example, like HRA, Human Resources Administration. Especially during the pandemic, a lot of people have been working from home instead of working in office, right? Because a lot of people have families that they have to take care of, and they can't afford like nursing homes and stuff like that, and or to hire anybody to take care of their loved ones and stuff. So a lot of these workers are staying home and working from home. And um, that's one thing. And but here's the other thing, you know, and this is another two sides of this. On one side of the coin, you also had a lot of these um, city workers that they were get there was more clients than there were workers. For each worker that they could had like 100 clients to one worker, and the workers could have been overwhelmed and stuff like that, and then you know a lot of pressure put on the workers, you know, and it became stressful, you know, and um then on the other side of the coin is that you had these companies in which the left hand and the right hand didn't know what the hell each other were doing. Okay, there was little to no communication amongst the agency workers, and that's why for a very long time the system was messed up. Okay, and um, you had a lot of people wrongfully being denied their benefits and stuff like that. And then you see a lot of other people who don't deserve to be on benefits get the benefits. And it's just, the system has been completely insane, you know? And the system needs to be fixed. I've been saying it for years upon years, and it's slowly happening. But you got to take all of these things that I said and combine it together, and then there you have your reason why there's so many vacancies within a lot of the New York City agencies. A lot of the people wanted to retire, and because they couldn't take it anymore, because working for these agencies is freaking chaotic, and it took a toll on a lot of the workers. You know, and then here's another thing. It's been proven so many times in the news that you see a lot of these social workers, a lot of these city workers, they were stealing the benefits from the consumers, meaning that for whichever consumer got approved for benefits, those workers stole the money of those consumers. You gotta fix this broken system. You gotta fix it. It's got to be made much, much smoother. And I see it for myself that it is starting to get there, and they're working on it, and that's a step in the right direction. But you gotta combine everything else that I just said, you know. Um, so you gotta make it a much, much better system, you know. And not everybody can work from home, you know. But now I heard that the New York City mayor is going back to the drawing board on things. Probably reevaluating the 5-day mandate work days. And trying to work things around and stuff like that. And these things should have been taken head on from years ago. You know, but like I've always said before, it is what it is, and we're at where we're at now, and I guess better late than never. But things have got to get better. Things have got to change for the better now. You know that you got a broken system, and you got to fix it. There's no more turning the other cheek. There's no more avoiding the issues. You got to deal with it head on now. and that's it, you know. So, um, honestly, but anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. You guys could check out all the items on there. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway, in which the link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that is AIHNY.com. You guys could check out all the pages on there. And like I said before, I've been working on the website. I've added some more pages and more pages. I've changed things around, so you guys could check all that stuff out. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.